What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I am Rockin Robbie Billups, the host, and today you may have been expecting Alex Segura, but don't worry, we had to reschedule that conversation. The current co-writer of Dick Tracy, writing the upcoming Green Hornet Miss Fury book. We will have that conversation at a later date, but today we're bringing in somebody very special who I feel like it's been decades since I've had any time with. But let's go ahead and bring her in to talk about this week's Dynamite books. And we're also doing a giveaway. So get ready with your hashtags out there. But speaking of hashtags, how about hashtag best person that works for Dynamite? It's amazing, Amy. What is up? How you doing?
That is way too nice of you. Thank you for that. But Robbie, it's great to see you because it's been a while. Only because it's been crazy over here at Dynamite. Because all the books, like you thought, our summer was crazy. This fall's even crazier. Because we had a big week this week, and just more to come. We have Terminator coming out in a few weeks. A lot of people are excited about that. Oh God. There's so much. Again, you're bringing up Alex Segura, who we're gonna. Hi, Travis. Hope you saw that Travis hung out with us the whole week. It was a great week.
Yeah. How was that hanging out with Travis? He's cool, dude, right?
It was really fun. Like we got to do our own talk together on his bus. Mariano got to be on there a couple times to talk about Transformers and to do some art, and he was on the Experience show, and then we did his sales show, and him being here just added a whole new dynamic. So I have to stop him and Rex from fighting actually in person this time. It's like they can't mute each other. It's oh my goodness. Go watch that. I haven't watched it yet. But
I bet that was super fun being in between Travis and Rex like that. So
never
having to like stop them from barroom brawling like it's Roadhouse or something like that over at the Dynamite offices.
Rex is like Travis's favorite person to tease. I don't know. It's at some point last night, Rex says Iron Man instead of Iron Fist, and Travis keeps going like, it's Iron Fist, right, Rex? So and just the rest of the show, he kept pointing the little things out to him, like you got that name right, didn't you, Rex? Like, oh my goodness,
Bueller's one of my favorite people in this whole sphere of YouTube comic book community. Like I love him. I got to hang out with him a couple weeks ago, and I do believe he's coming back through on his way back out west. But I love that dude so much. He is the most genuine and authentic and real person in this whole market. Like seriously, other people like me, we're up here, we're just like doing our blah, blue, blah, blue, blah. Travis is real. Travis is very, very super real. So I'm glad y'all got the chance to hang out with him. I'm glad he got to go up there and see the offices and see y'all in person. I saw a little bit of your show that you did with him. That was super cool. Super cool.
Did you see it was funny because he came up earlier than I expected he would. So that whole day on the bus was such a nice surprise. I got to meet his dog, Sam.
Isn't that dog the cutest? Oh my goodness, I love that dog.
And he bought me a chalupa, so I tried a chalupa for the first time, and Sam kept looking at us like he wanted food. I'm like, Sam, I can't give you anything. Like it just, oh my goodness. And yeah, him and Rex went out last night. They had a great time.
That's awesome to hear. Bueller, we love you, man. Absolutely. Can't wait to see you on down the road. All right. Well, we got a giveaway. So, Amy, let's go ahead and get the giveaway announced so that we can get everybody entered into this giveaway as the show progresses. What you got?
For the giveaway, we have our newest book, Thundercats #8, with a brand new character is introduced this week. His name is Apex. So it's a huge deal. So the cover we're going to give away is the black and white Declan Shalvey cover. It's the 1 in 10. But it's a really, there are black and white covers that are just so spectacular. And and some of them, you kind of prefer the black and white. You know what I mean? Like this might be one of those books that you might want the black and white.
Well, back in the early 2000s when I was really studying comic book art for the first time, one of the things that kept getting repeated to me from my instructors was, and I didn't go to a school or nothing, but I had artists that I at my shop that were teaching me about the artists of the past. That's when I was getting into people like Bernie Wrightson and Neil Adams and really appreciating Jack Kirby and stuff like that. But one thing they always told me is if it has to work in black and white, if it doesn't look good in black and white, if it doesn't work in that form, color ain't going to do nothing to it. And Declan is one of those dudes who knows how to spot blacks. He knows how to balance composition. And this is a cover that works 100% in black and white. It doesn't look like a coloring book image. It looks like a piece of comic book art that doesn't even need to be colored. And he's killing it on Thundercats right now.
Have I told you, like, the first really Jay Lee piece I ever saw, which really helped me become a big fan of his? It's the Batman number. I might be mixing up the numbers, but it might be but it's him and Catwoman, like, right before their wedding, but it's the black and white. They're not in costume, and she's like holding his tie or something. But like, I saw that black and white image, I'm like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
And he's another one who kills it in black and white. And that was that helped me become a quick fan of Jay. But because that's the cover that sticks out to me when I first became a fan of his. And it's just in black and white.
He's great at black and white art. Mike Mignola, I think, is an expert at it, right? Of being able to show different layers. I mean, before, like, a lot of comics today, they really lean in the coloring to kind of provide that depth and that dimension that used to be kind of like the inker's job, and now it's going more to the colorists. But Jay Lee, and he just, in knowing how to balance that image between the black and white, so it doesn't just look all, it's easily discernible, like what's going on in the foreground, the background, the midground, all kinds of cool stuff. What's up, everybody? I see y'all out there already. Throw out hashtag Thundercats to be entered to win this Declan Shalvey black and white image. So Thundercats number 8 was out this week, introduced a new character. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Amy?
Thundercats. Well, now that we're talking about black and white and color, like, I mean, there's still a bunch of the covers this week that have great color, like Ivan Tal's cover with the orange and the yellows. It's one with the, I got them all up here. But if you need me to do a close up on some of them, just let me know. I'll get up. But I mean, we got the best artists doing Thundercats. Not just Declan and Drew Moss doing their own artwork for me. David Nakayama and Lucio Perillo. Again, another shout out to Jay Lee and June Chung. Again, we get the best of the best for our covers. So it's like you really want them all. You really want them all, whether it's Thundercats or, again, I'm showing off a little Reptilia today and showing off Army of Darkness. You really do want every cover because each one's just so unique.
Yeah, they are, and they're pieces of art in and of themselves. At my shop, people are really digging the Perillo covers and the Jay Lee covers. I love when our boy Ken Hazer does his like little homage covers he's been doing. Those have been amazing, absolutely fantastic covers.
I've been obsessed with his Powerpuff covers recently. So
they're so good.
I want of them.
Powerpuff Girls is one of my favorite Dynamite books right now. I mean, 3 issues in and y'all are killing it. It's got that same vibe of the show. What's that?
I got a peek at that one, and Polina Ganusho's taking over the writing, and she really like I can really just see that as a real episode. So she's really the rock. She is the MVP of the next issue. She really is. I can't wait for you guys to read that.
Heck yeah. All right, we got 2 entries already into the Thundercats giveaway. Hashtag Thundercats to be entered to win that cover. What else did y'all release this week? Y'all had a stacked week this week, Amy.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up Army of Darkness Forever. This is issue number 12, right? I'm looking at, but yeah, number 12. There's so many. Oh my gosh. I think this wraps up a storyline and it'll give a fresh start to the next one in the next issue, but Tony Fleeks has been killing it. And these covers, Bjorn Berens, Arthur Sadam, Tony Fleeks himself has a great cover, and then Chris Burnham. So I think when it comes to Army of Darkness, I love Arthur's covers because they're, I don't know, it just hits the right tone. when I think of Evil Dead and Army of Darkness in general. Just, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Because, you know, very famous for doing the Marvel Zombies covers, right? And then I remember back in the day, y'all did an Army of Darkness Marvel Zombies crossover that he was doing all the covers for. And that was a fun book. And you know me, Amy. This is spooky season. I'm a big horror movie fan. And Army of Darkness, Evil Dead franchise, that's one of my favorite things. And I've read a whole bunch of Army of Darkness comics. And Tony has put together what I think is the best Army of Darkness book I've ever read. And the reason why is because it is a direct sequel to the movie off of both endings, the original ending and the theatrical ending, right? And he's able to tie it all together. It started in 3 different, so he's continuing the story in the Middle Ages. He's continuing the story from the end when we see Ash fighting the Deadites in the S-Mart, and he's continuing the original alternate ending where Ash sleeps too long and wakes up in a post-apocalyptic future that has been wrecked by the Deadites, right? And he's crafted it all together. This week in issue number 12, it all culminates perfectly. He's got an issue 13. It's going to have a lot of guest artists on there as well. Tony is a great dude who's really been blowing up lately. He's working on Venom War, Wolverine. He's got Uncanny Valley out. Feral is all over the place right now. I just want to pump up and promote Tony Fleece because he is going on a Feral world tour right now. He's going to be visiting like over 40 comic shops over the next month or two. And my shop's one of them. He's going to be over at the Deep Comics and Games on October 21st. So very happy. I've met Tony in person before, hung out with him a little bit, had him on the show multiple times. Tony's one of my favorite people. He's killing it on Army of Darkness. Y'all really got a good one there.
Agreed. We also have Red Sonja. This is still our newest series from Torn Grunback. We're now on issue 14. Again, Lucio Perillo. I can't tell if I like him better with Red Sonja or Vampirella because he has killer covers for both ladies. But Bjorn Berens, we always have a good Joseph Michael Linsner cover around, Walter Giovanni, and then the cosplay is always awesome.
Yeah, Red Sonja is one that I fell a little bit behind on, so I'm not caught up on that one. I have been reading. There was a new one that y'all just did, Red Sonja, Death and the Devil. I believe issue 2 of that drops next week.
That is correct.
From Luke Lieberman. And that one was fun. At my shop, I don't know what it is. There are so many people in my shop that love Joseph Michael Linsner covers. I mean, I know what it is. Joseph Michael Linsner is a really great artist. I remember Dawn from back in the day, right? Being covered in Wizard. That's when I first came across his work. But his covers are always amazing. And the cosplay cover y'all did this week, I've never seen that cosplayer before, but that was a really sharp cover. Really cute. I really liked it a lot.
I want it I feel bad. I think I'm going to say her name wrong. It might just be Peaks because there's a V in there. Maybe the V is silent. I don't know. If you know, let me know. Anyone out there? But yeah, one of our newest, and she kind of nails it, doesn't she?
Yeah, she really does. And it's just got this nice energy about it that I really, really like. So y'all always kill it with the cosplay covers, with the other. I mean, y'all commission some of the best cover artists in the business right now, right? 100%. Y'all do some really great stuff there. I need to get caught up on Red Sonja. If only I knew somebody who could send me all the PDFs and get me caught up.
On it.
Right. What else did y'all have out this week?
We have a couple Disney books out this week. We have the penultimate issue of Hercules. It's issue number 5. And when I spoke to Elliot Callan about the story, because I'm a big fan of this, series. He loves the Greek mythology so much, and he has such a good time writing these characters and the familiar characters who we know from the movie. And he just does such a good job of making you be invested in this story. And that's it seems effortless, but I can only imagine how tricky that is. But
that's still one I've not seen, Amy. I've never seen Hercules.
Yeah,
I've never seen it. What?
You've never actually seen the movie?
I've never seen the movie. No, I have it on VHS, but I've never watched it. Should I watch it? Sell me on Hercules right now.
Hercules, well, it's the Disney take on, the tale of Hercules. Should I tell you what happens in the beginning, essentially, or
whatever you think is going to take me to get excited to watch that movie? Because I do have it on VHS, and I think that's the way to watch it, right? That clamshell Disney VHS.
Hercules. He's the son of Zeus, and he gets taken as a baby and stripped of most of his powers, and he grows up not really. He grew up adopted by this nice couple, and he grew up being very different because he has all the super strength. He doesn't know why. And he discovers, once he discovers where he's from, he has to figure out how to become a true hero. And that's the adventure he has to,
that was the one where, so I always have these conversations with people, and one of the conversations that we like to have in the pop culture sphere is Disney villains. Disney villains rock. They really, really do. Like, I have my personal favorites: Maleficent, Scar, Jafar is one of my favorites, and I always hear Hades in that conversation. People really love Hades from that movie. Is it as good as people are saying?
I would say so, because he's voiced by James Woods. He's got this really sassy, like, that's lack of a better word, sassy energy, because again, he's sarcastic. If we can talk about the movie a little bit, like, because in the character, like, he's jealous. Zeus is his brother. He's jealous. He works in the underworld. He's always death and decaying, and he doesn't like being down there. He wants to be on top. So again, there's this whole. So if you watch the movie, he kind of plots the whole thing with Hercules because Hercules is this threat. Like, if he's in the way, he can't take over Olympus. So he makes this plan to get Hercules out of the way.
Yeah.
But
I've always liked the look of Hercules in that movie, like with the blue flame and all that kind of stuff. Like, I always thought that was a cool, striking look. And I did read a little bit of the Disney Villains Hades series that y'all did. But then I was like, I need to watch this movie. I really need to watch this movie to really appreciate this.
You know the movie, and you read the Hades series. It all flows together, because you can just picture. I know me personally, when I was reading it, I could hear James Woods' voice coming out of him, and I thought Elliot really nailed it with Hades, and he's killing it with Hercules here. So,
okay. Well, Amy, I'm giving you the reins for just a moment. I'll be right back, because if you know me, I love show and tell, and I got to go grab something. So,
okay,
Amy, you have the reins.
Okay, all right. I'm reading John's comment. Hades is my favorite. James Woods was over the top, but in a great way, right? Like, when you're over the top in a good way, that's kind of the best, because I'm sure everyone thinks about the one scene Pain and Panic. I've got 20, I got 30, I've got however many days to take over this, and you are wearing his merchandise, and he explodes. But Hades has a lot of moments when he explodes in that film. But again, what makes Hades a great villain is that he's genuinely evil. He's Lord of the Underworld, and he just wants to take over Olympus. He wants to be on top, and he'll do whatever he can to get there. So yeah, he's a villain through and through. Yes, if you haven't put in your hashtag for Thundercats yet, you guys have a chance to win a great cover by Declan Shalvey. James Woods was so funny in that movie. Also, Danny DeVito's great. Yes, at the end of the day, it's a love story mixed with coming of age story. That is true as well. It's a beautiful love story. Hercules figuring out what kind of hero he wants to be, really. Because I don't want. Okay, Robbie's back. I don't want to get into too spoilery, because I wanted to watch the movie.
There it is, right there. The VHS copy. I may do a live watch along or something on YouTube coming up. Maybe after Horror Fest. I mean, this isn't really Horror Fest appropriate, is it? I don't know.
I got the same VHS, man. Like, my brother and I, we have our names written in there. Like, you open the case and you read, and the middle it says Amy and Jimmy. So
I love collecting VHS. All of us cool cats do it nowadays for some reason. I don't know why.
Yes, go watch Hercules, and everyone out there, go read Hades and Hercules. I promise you won't be disappointed. Am I looking forward to the live action Hercules? Well, there's not much about it yet. I know that they're also putting it on stage, which is very exciting. And that soundtrack is a lot of Disney movie soundtracks are kind of built for the stage. So when I hear more about how they're doing the live action Hercules, I'll have a better answer then because I don't really
Out
have
of
any of them right now.
out of all of the live action remakes they've made of Disney animated classics, which one has been your favorite so far?
I genuinely think the Jungle Book is the best one, and
Okay.
maybe I'm sure there's going to be disagreements, but if to me, I mean, because I love the original. I grew up on the original movie, and the new one was just yes, it's the same movie, but at the same time, it's not the same movie. They knew how to balance the new stuff and the old stuff. So yeah, that's my vote. Jungle Book is their best.
All right.
Is their best update.
The one I really love is Aladdin. I love the live action Aladdin. The one with the
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name that plays Jasmine. It's Naomi something, I thought. But the one with Will Smith as the genie. Guy Ritchie
Mm-hmm.
directed it. I love that movie. And it like really leans into the musical aspect of it, which really, really is just awesome to me.
I'll be honest. Aladdin, I like it a lot. I thought Will Smith did a great job because he wasn't trying to be Robin Williams. He just did Will Smith, and that was the way to go.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I don't think the climax is as good as the original. So, like, I enjoyed the first 2/3 of that movie very much, and then the third act, I kind of fall off of it. That's just my opinion.
Gotcha. Thank you, Adrian. By the way, Naomi Scott, she's going to be in Smile Part 2 coming up very, very soon. If you've seen that trailer, it actually looks pretty cool. So have you seen the Smile 2 trailer yet, Amy?
I have, yeah.
When I first saw that trailer in the theater, I was like, is this a Lady Gaga concert movie? I didn't even realize what was going on. I thought it was a Lady Gaga thing. I really did.
The first Smile was a nice surprise, so I hope this follow-up is also just as good.
Yeah. All right. Y'all had another Disney book out this week, right?
Yes. We have Lilo and Stitch number 5. This starts off a new adventure. I'm a big Lilo and Stitch fan, so this series has been really fun to read. This is from Greg Pak and Julia Giacomino. Oh my god, I gotta read the list off again because I want to say people's names right, and I always feel bad when I get someone's name wrong. But let me just look at one of my copies right here. That's so much easier. Nicoletta Baldari, Edwin Gellman. There's 2 Edwin Gellman covers this week, and then Craig Russo. But yeah, Lilo and Stitch. Again, if you loved it growing up, you really will have a great time with this series. And that's another remake that's coming out, which I don't get why they're doing, but okay.
So like Lilo and Stitch was in that era. So was Hercules, right? There was an era, where maybe this didn't happen to you, maybe it did. Maybe it happened to some people, maybe it doesn't. But for me, there was a moment where I was too cool for school for Disney movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was probably shortly after Lion King, right? But I mean, I'm a teenager. I'm diving into horror. I'm getting into independent movies. And I missed out on things like Pocahontas, Mulan, Emperor's New Groove, Hercules, Lilo and Stitch. I missed out on all of those. But then, not too long ago, a few years ago, my girlfriend at the time introduced me to Pocahontas, Mulan, which I thought were amazing. We never made it to Hercules, but I watched a lot of the ones that I had missed. Emperor's New Groove, super funny, one of the funniest Disney movies I've ever seen.
I gotta do a rewatch just because it's been a while, but yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, and when I remember the night very vividly when we watched Lilo and Stitch because the like something had happened where the TV went out in the living room, so we wound up in the office and we watched it on a tiny computer screen. But Lilo and Stitch was awesome. And y'all have really captured the vibe and flavor of that movie with the comic book. Greg Pak's doing a great job. Of course, he always does. This is the dude responsible for Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. You know what I'm saying?
Eddie Runner's question: does the Lilo and Stitch comic follow the movie? It's really right after the movie. Eddie, it's really right after the movie. It's just its own original story. It's a very nice original story. Brittany's favorite Disney character, Stitch. I'm happy to hear that Brittany loves the book, John. Happy to hear that.
Emperor's New Groove is a classic, and if Dynamite ever wants to do an Emperor's New Groove movie, they should holler at me. I can put together a pitch for it. So I've never seen Atlantis. Atlantis was that one had like Mike Mignola doing design work or something on it, I think. I've never seen that one, or Treasure Planet. Have you watched those ones, Amy?
I have. It's been a while, but I have. Yeah, the post-Renaissance Disney movies each have its own have their very own unique cult following. Some bigger than others, and the two biggest movies, probably the biggest fan of, are probably for Atlantis and Treasure Planet, because they are underrated gems. Because I mean, Treasure Planet's it's Treasure Island but in space, but still it's still a unique take on it. And oh my God, I'm trying to remember when the last time I watched either of them, because I liked both of them. Especially, I mean, Atlantis, especially. I remember renting that when I was a kid for the first time and checking it out.
That would be a fun experiment, would be to like, because we do the movie reviews, right? And I'm not saying to usurp PCP movie night for 2 years trying to go through these, but it would be fun to like go through the Disney, like the major animated movies from the beginning all the way through. And like those first like 10 are some of the most important animated films of all time. You're talking about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Fantasia, Pinocchio, Alice in Wonderland, Sleeping Beauty, which is a personal favorite of mine. I think the animation of Sleeping Beauty is just astounding. I have a big affection for some of the ones they did in the 70s. And I know they get a lot of criticism at times because they kind of were reusing animation and stuff like that. But Jungle Book, Aristocats, and Robin Hood, those are like 3 of my favorites, period, right there.
If you look closely, like at certain cells, even as a kid, I'm like, why does that movement look so familiar? Then I watch it in the movie, like, wait a minute. That's the same.
Yeah, it is. Adrian, it would be an undertaking, but I also have a plan one day to go through every Best Picture winner for the Academy Awards. I think that would be a fun experiment too.
I would be very happy to join you for either the Disney movies or the Oscar movies. I will be very happy to, like, it doesn't even have to be on Dynamite time. Just let me know when you're doing that show, and you can, I'll zoom in and talk about it.
Well,
I'd love to do either one.
You heard it here live. Amy's going to do the Disney watch through with me. So I think that would be fun. Rockin Robbie and an amazing Amy going through the delicious Disney catalog. That'd be great.
And I'm sure, again, there's certain Disney movies I think there's very few I actually have never seen, and then there's several which it's been years since I've watched. Like I said, Atlantis, Treasure Planet. It's been a while since I've seen either of them. So, and then there's some that are my all-time favorite, or some of my all-time favorite films, and I can talk about them for days on end.
What are your all-time favorite ones? What's like a top 1, 2, or 3? What do you got?
For Disney specifically, I mean, I grew up on Snow White, so that is very, very special to me. Mulan's a big one because that's my very first memory inside a movie theater was seeing that movie. And Hunchback of Notre Dame, I think, is Disney's best soundtrack, and it's arguably their most adult animated movie.
I've never seen that one, Amy.
Oh my God! Then that definitely has to go on your watch list.
Yeah.
So Disney top 3, yeah, Snow White, Hunchback, and Mulan. They're
Taki throwing out the super chat. Thank you so much. Disney PCP movie night. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
CJ, you wrecked Walrus Man, by the way. He's been like trimming up his mustache every single day because of your comments. So just so you know. Oh, Eddie likes Hunchback.
Yes.
If Eddie likes Hunchback, then I think I'm probably gonna be cool with it. I love the original Lon Chaney film. That's good stuff. So, and I know it's based on the novel, but whatever.
Yeah.
So y'all had a really stacked week. I bet you got a lot of stuff coming out next week too.
Before I forget, we also have the collection of Negaduck out. The trade paperback, the hardcover, is out now. But yeah, Negaduck, we have so much more coming out in a couple weeks. We have Terminator #1 coming out. We're super excited about that. That's also Declan Shalvey. We have, Powerpuff Halloween special. Super excited about. The new series of Barbarella is launching next week. We still have Red the Devil working. We still have Vampirella Dark Reflections going. The normal Christopher Priest, Vampirella series is still going. But yeah, we're gonna Halloween specials and winter specials because we're now shouting Powerpuffs is also getting a winter special, so it's a great year for Powerpuff fans.
Yeah, at my shop too. Right now, Space Ghost and Johnny Quest. My customers are loving both of those books.
So happy to hear that Space Ghost and Johnny Quest are doing great. Adrian, same. I'm gonna try to have all the 3 covers framed. Before I forget, we just launched our Transformers 40th anniversary trading cards kit on Kickstarter, and like 20 minutes it was fully funded, but I still highly encourage you guys to go check it out. If you're a big Transformers fans, Robbie has the link, right? Yes, thank you.
I got it in the description, just dropped it in the chat, and I had a great chat with Mariano last week about it. And I am a big I'm a big Transformers fan and super pumped for that. And I'm also really, really pumped for the Terminator book. When we had Declan on and we were talking about that a little bit, we were talking about Thundercats, we were talking about his other work, his Marvel work, his indie work. But his idea of what to do with this Terminator book has me so freaking excited to check this one out. Like, I am ready. I am ready for some Terminator, because that's a great franchise. Well, I can't say it's a great franchise, but it's a really great movie, and the sequel is really good too. I love 1 and 2. The rest of them, who knows? We'll see. We'll see, but yeah, I love his concept of what he's doing with the Terminator book. So that's going to be a pretty big hit for y'all. I think it did some really good numbers for y'all. Y'all are really doing some great numbers. We hear about it almost every week. Like, this new Dynamite title has broken this record for the franchise, broken this record for the IP. Like, y'all are doing a great job in generating a lot of excitement for some of these properties.
We want to make things that fans love. So, and we love great characters, I think, because everyone in Thundercats, and that has such a loyal following. Space Ghost, loyal following. So we want to make good stuff for those loyal fans. So, and I'm so happy that you guys are responding the way you are, because we like to listen as much as we can. And just thank you to everyone for the feedback for Absolutely. Some of these newer series. Thank you.
Everybody get ready. Start putting in your hashtags if you haven't already. Hashtags Thundercats to enter the giveaway. We're giving away this black and white Declan Shalvey Thundercats number 8 cover, first appearance of Apex. This is an incentive cover, right, Amy?
Yes, it is. It's the 1 in 10 incentive. And like me and Robbie were saying earlier, it's one of those covers that's just perfect in black and white.
Really great issue too, focusing in on Tigra. I liked how Declan, he basically did the origin story, and now he's kind of taken a little bit of a step back to build up some of the other characters. Because that first arc was very Lion-O-centric, and now he's building up these other characters, focusing in on Panthro, focusing in on Tigra this issue. The last issue was Wily Cat and Wily Kit, who always annoyed me, right? But I loved that issue. It's probably my favorite of the run so far. So everybody put in that hashtag. Get ready. We're going to be doing this. But Amy, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
We haven't talked about this yet. What did you think of Beetlejuice?
It was very fun. Not perfect, but still a lot of fun. A lot of it worked for me.
Okay.
What about you?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Everybody I went with loved it, but I didn't like it. Now, here's a funny story. One of my dudes who went with us, he liked it, and we're leaving the movie theater, and you're doing that post-movie discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked everybody, I was like, what'd you think? And everybody, my girlfriend, my homies, everybody was like, oh, I loved it. I thought it was fun. So I'm like, all right. And then they're like, what'd you think? I was like, we don't need to get into it. Because I didn't want to step on anybody's enjoyment, right? They're like, no, we really tell us. And I was like, well, I didn't like it, and here's why. Boom, 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 boom. And everybody was like, then they started defending the movie against, and that's I wasn't trying to get in this discussion right now,
Again, it's not perfect. There's more things that I thought they did right than maybe I didn't love. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My biggest thing was I thought the movie was just a bit overstuffed. There was too many things going on that didn't really lead to anything. Like, I love Monica Bellucci, right? If you took her out of this movie, the movie wouldn't change.
And
honestly,
you know what? That's really the biggest change I think I know I would personally do. Like, you can cut her out, and I would probably tweak the ending montage a little bit. But other than that, I would keep everything else.
Yeah, when they do the musical bit at the wedding, like, it was
I like
fun.
that. Like, this is crazy, but I'd rather them go effing crazy with it than not crazy enough. You know what I mean?
It was fun, but I think it ran a little bit too long, and there's no way you're going to be able to capture the Deo bit from the first movie, right? And I feel like the movie was more like in line with the animated series than it even was the original movie. And I've even heard that one of the producers was intentionally going for that. It was definitely much more like of a family film. But I thought it was all right. But then my buddy, who had never seen the first Beetlejuice, watches the first Beetlejuice after watching the sequel, and he messages me and goes, "Oh, I see everything you were saying now. I understand why you didn't like the movie."
Make the story a little simpler. But yeah, that's really just that was really the biggest criticism about it. Everything else, though, because everyone, it's fantastic. The practical effects were astounding, and there's a lot of stuff I laughed at. Like all Willem Dafoe's bits I thought were great. Like,
Willem Dafoe was great in that movie. Willem Dafoe was great, and I think Michael Keaton did a great job as Beetlejuice. Yeah. I just wasn't completely sold on everything else, man. But I don't know, like, if you look at that first movie, it's really, I can't remember the names of the characters right now, but it's really Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis's story, right?
Their movie.
And I feel like we're kind of missing something with that. In fact, they went out of their way to like write the dad out and do the claymation bits and all that kind of stuff. I would have rather them kind of more focused on what happened to them, right? Even if we don't get to see Alec and Gina in the movie, like, just more than just like a line like, "Oh, they found a loophole and they're good." Mm-hmm. What? There's a story there that would be really fun to explore. They are so good.
Did you notice in the opening they're in the model?
Oh, are they? I did not notice that.
It's just like half a second, but you know, like the original movie, it opens, you're looking at the town through the model, and like you see the riverbed and you see their car and you see them in the riverbed. I'm like, that's dark, you guys. That is really dark.
That's pretty funny. I love the original Beetlejuice. And you know, I didn't think the new one was like an absolute travesty or anything like that. And it's doing well enough that there's a lot of swirling around right now that they're doing a third one.
And I'm happy to see it. Like, I was just like, everyone seems to be having fun on the movie.
Yeah, and that's what movies are meant to be, right? Fun.
That's what matters. Everyone had a good time making it. And like, I'm happy to see everybody get their free going. So,
Adrian, if you like practical effects, you definitely need to watch the original Beetlejuice for sure. And I think they used a lot of practical in the new one as well.
Oh yeah, it's like 95% of it's still practical. They really only did the CGI with if they had to. Really.
All right, Amy. Before we do this giveaway, is there anything else you got to say or talk about?
I mean, besides checking out all this week's books, check out the Transformers Kickstarter. The original art experiences tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Experience. Nick's got a lot of great stuff tonight. I think that's it. I think that's it.
All right. Last chance, hashtag Thundercats to be entered into the giveaway. We're giving away this Declan Shalvey black and white incentive cover for Thundercats #8, the first appearance of Apex, which that's bold. That's cool that y'all are doing this Thundercats book and keep introducing new elements and new characters into it. Is that an intentional choice from y'all, or is it just something Declan wants to do? You got any thoughts on that, Amy?
I would guess more on Declan.
Okay. Just wanting to add to the mythology?
I would think so.
All right.
I would, because I think in the end, like, it's really what the writer and artist want to present, and like, it's, again, they're presenting their take on this series. So, and I think I think, you know, Nick and everybody else will just put their little notes in here and there just to make sure the story makes sense. But I think, yeah, for all the new stuff, I think you gotta give the credit to Declan and Drew.
Nice. And there's even more stuff on the way, y'all, like Herculoid, so get ready for that. All right, we ready to do this drawing, this giveaway?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. Let's see who the winner is. Hecht Ortiz.
Congratulations. You get a beautiful book coming your way.
Yeah, make sure that you reach out and so that we have your information so that we can get you the book sent. So heck yeah.
We'll send it out right away.
Congratulations. Thank you everybody for being here. Amy, thank you so much for being here and taking the time. And I got you now. We're going to do this PCP Movie Night Disney edition coming up soon. You just wait and see.
Yeah, you got my email. Just let me know when you're going to start and I'll adjust my schedule. So yeah, just let me know. I'm excited now. Like, let's do this.
Yeah. All right, dude. Definitely reach out to us. Congratulations, Hecht, and definitely reach out. Make sure that we have. Yeah, you didn't win, CJ. I'm sorry. It wasn't rigged. That's up to StreamYard, man, not us. So call. You can come and you can go and harass them. And while you're at it, talk about how they're raising their prices and tell them you don't like that either. So anyway, Thundercats does have a deep mythology. Amy, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. You out there watching on the replay, thank you. Check out these Dynamite books, really great stuff, and you'll find them covered on the weekly comic book review, and we'll have another cool conversation next Friday. All right, everybody, we're dipping out.